Ever find yourself wondering where all your money went at the end of the month? Well, you're not alone. Many of us grapple with the puzzle of disappearing dollars. That's where budgeting comes in. It's not just a tool, it's a game changer. It's about understanding how your money moves and using that knowledge to reach your financial goals. Whether it's saving for a dream vacation or paying off debt, budgeting can make it happen. Money doesn't control you, you control your money. Remember that as we delve into the world of budgeting. So, why is budgeting so important? Let's dive into it. Budgeting is like the roadmap for your finances. It guides you, showing you how your money can best serve you. It empowers you to gain control over your money, rather than letting it control you. When you budget, you're making informed decisions about your spending. You're deciding where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. This active approach to your finances can help you avoid debt and make your financial dreams a reality. But budgeting isn't just about the here and now, it's also about looking ahead. Saving for future goals, whether that's a new car, a dream vacation, or retirement, becomes manageable with a budget. And let's not forget about emergencies. Life is unpredictable, and having a financial cushion can make all the difference when the unexpected happens. Budgeting is not about limiting your freedom, but about making your money work for you. It's about taking charge, planning ahead, and achieving financial peace of mind. Now that we know why budgeting is crucial, how do we get started? The first step in creating a budget is tracking your income and expenses. It's like taking a financial selfie. You need to see where you stand to know where you want to go. Jot down all your sources of income, whether it's your salary, freelance work, or rental income. Then list down your expenses. This includes everything from your rent or mortgage, bills, groceries, to your daily coffee. Next, categorize your spending. This step is all about gaining a deeper understanding of your spending habits. Break down your expenses into categories such as housing, transportation, food, entertainment, and savings. This will give you a clear picture of where your money is going and where you might need to make adjustments. Now that you know where your money is going, it's time to set some financial goals. Are you saving for a house? Do you want to pay off your student loans? Or maybe you're dreaming of retiring early? Whatever your goals are, write them down. This will give you a clear direction and motivation to stick to your budget. But here's the key. Your goals need to be realistic and achievable. If you set the bar too high, you might end up feeling discouraged. Start with small, manageable goals, and as you gain confidence and control over your finances, you can start aiming higher. So you've tracked your income and expenses, categorized your spending, and set your financial goals. What's next? It's time to create your budget. Use the information you've gathered to allocate your income towards your expenses and savings. Remember, your budget is not set in stone. It's a living document that should adapt to your needs and circumstances. Starting a budget might seem daunting, but remember, the goal is to master your money, not let it master you. And with these steps, you're well on your way to taking control of your financial future. So let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the next scene where we'll share some tips for successful budgeting. What are some tips for successful budgeting? Let's dive right in. First and foremost, it's crucial to prioritize needs over wants. This doesn't mean that all your wants are off the table. However, it does mean that your needs, such as housing, food, utilities, and healthcare, should take precedence. Once those are covered, you can allocate what's left to your wants. The second tip is to set aside savings first. This is also known as the pay yourself first method. By allocating a portion of your income to savings before anything else, you ensure that you're steadily building your nest egg. Whether it's for an emergency fund, retirement, or a specific goal like a vacation or a new car, saving first can make a world of difference. Now let's move on to our third tip, regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget. Your budget isn't set in stone. In fact, it's a living document that should change as your financial situation evolves. Regularly reviewing your budget helps you stay on top of your financial goals and allows you to make necessary adjustments. For instance, you might need to cut back on dining out if you notice it's eating into your savings goal, or perhaps you got a raise and can now allocate more towards investments. Our fourth tip is to use budgeting tools or apps to help you keep track of your spending. There are plenty of options out there, from simple spreadsheet templates to sophisticated apps that sync with your bank accounts. These tools can provide a clear visual of where your money is going and help you identify areas where you might be overspending. Here's a bonus tip. Don't forget to budget for fun. All work and no play can make budgeting seem like a chore. It's important to allocate a portion of your budget for leisure activities, whether that's going to the movies, dining out, or taking a weekend getaway. This not only makes budgeting more enjoyable but also ensures that you're living a balanced life. It's also essential to remember that everyone's financial situation is unique. What works for one person might not work for another. So, feel free to tweak these tips and make them work for your own personal circumstances. Remember, successful budgeting isn't just about crunching numbers or restricting spending. It's about understanding where your money is going and making informed decisions that align with your financial goals. In conclusion, successful budgeting involves prioritizing needs over wants, setting aside savings first, regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget according to your financial situation, and utilizing budgeting tools for assistance. And of course, always budget some fun into your life. Successful budgeting is not a one-time task, it's a habit. Make it part of your lifestyle. While we're on the topic, what are some common budgeting mistakes we should avoid? Well, let's dive into it. One of the most common slip-ups is not accounting for all expenses. You may be tracking your rent, utilities, and groceries, but what about those spontaneous coffee shop visits or online purchases? These small expenses can add up quickly and throw your budget off balance. Remember, a budget should capture your entire financial picture, so make sure to account for every penny. Another typical pitfall is not planning for unexpected costs. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. Your car might break down, or you might need an emergency dental procedure. These costs can cause a big dent in your budget if you're not prepared. To safeguard your finances, it's wise to set aside a portion of your income for an emergency fund. Now let's talk about setting unrealistic budgets. We all want to save more and spend less, but setting a budget that's too restrictive can do more harm than good. If your budget feels like a straitjacket, you're more likely to abandon it altogether. Instead, aim for a budget that balances your financial goals with a lifestyle you can sustain. Lastly, not tracking your spending is a surefire way to derail your budget. Keeping tabs on where your money is going can be an eye-opening experience. It helps you identify patterns and adjust your habits accordingly. There are plenty of apps and tools available to make this task easier, so find one that suits your needs and start tracking. In sum, avoid these common budgeting blunders: not accounting for all expenses, not planning for unexpected costs, setting unrealistic budgets, and not tracking your spending. By sidestepping these pitfalls, you'll be in a stronger position to manage your finances effectively. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll be well on your way to mastering your money. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We kicked off by understanding the very essence of budgeting. It's more than just a way to restrict spending. It's a powerful tool that gives you control over your money, helping you prioritize your spending, save for the future, and achieve your financial goals. Then, we delved into the steps to start budgeting. Remember, it begins with tracking your income and expenses, followed by categorizing them into needs, wants, and savings or debt repayments. It's important to be accurate and honest with your numbers for a realistic budget. After that, we navigated through the tips for successful budgeting. One of the most significant takeaways is to treat savings as a non-negotiable expense. Moreover, flexibility and periodic review of your budget are key to keep it relevant and effective. Finally, we highlighted common budgeting mistakes to avoid. Overlooking small expenses, not accounting for irregular expenses, and setting unrealistic budget goals can derail your financial journey. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you learn from them and adjust your strategy. So that's it. A comprehensive guide to mastering your money through budgeting. It might seem daunting at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll see it's not as complicated as it seems. Remember, mastering your money starts with a budget. So take control of your finances today